Hey everybody, Vinny here. Today we're going to be playing a horror game called House Hunted, where you move to a new town and are considering buying a house. And in this economy, we all know how frightening that can be. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Warning, the game you're about to play contains graphic violence that some may find uncomfortable or disturbing. The creator takes no responsibility for those who may be upset by proceeding. By continuing, you are consenting to the contents therein and agree that you are capable and mature enough to enjoy this content responsibly. Hear that, everybody? Let's go. Oh, okay. That's an interesting art style. Ugh. What a long bus ride. But I'm glad I'm finally here. Look around yourself, taking in the surroundings, breathing in the nauseating aroma of bus exhaust and oil. I don't know, I kind of like that smell, but, you know. I've worked on diesel engines for many years. Well, there's obviously not much to look at here. Well, there's obviously not much to look at here at the Grey Horse bus station. I'm sure the rest of the city is beautiful, just like the brochure shed. Hopefully the apartment company was honest about having my new place ready for move-in. I'm sure they weren't. Quickly grabbing your modest baggage from the bag claim, you straighten your clothes and walk towards the nearest visitor center. Wow, that is a beautiful map. Beautiful. There's a cafe nearby. I'm starving right now. It'd be a nice pick-me-up. I also kind of wanted to see the city. I could just wander around a little bit. I'm also pretty tired. Maybe I should just head to my apartment. We have a... I know it's a bit early to ask, but do we have a save option here? Let's go to the cafe. Yeah, I think if I go any longer without eating something, I'll collapse. Fair. Oh, I can save and load over here. I couldn't during the... Interesting. Okay. Coffee also sounds pretty great right now. You finally make your way to the nearest cafe. It's small and quaint, and you can hear the chatter of random patrons inside. You slowly step into the cafe, taking in the smooth, rich smell of brewing coffee and the sweet scent of the baked goods. It makes your stomach growl even louder and prompts you to rush up to the counter to place your order as quickly as you can. After placing your order and snatching up your dinner for the day, you scurry over to the furthest table away from anyone else to scarf them all down. The coffee is thick and strong and slides down your throat slower than you expect. It's an odd sensation, but strangely, not bad. I don't know, that doesn't sound too pleasant to me, but fair. The cake is an equally odd experience. You decide on coffee cake, but the flavor seems to be different with every bite you take, and it makes it hard to get used to eating it. Well, that I feel like that would be unnerving. Like, if the cake's changing flavor every time you take a bite of it, it's very, very, very strange. There's also strange, hard bits throughout it that pop and sizzle like Pop Rocks, but taste like cinnamon. This is a really weird coffee place. I don't know. One of those Michelin star restaurant coffee places, I guess. You're so hungry right now, though. You just deal with the weird food and focus on getting it all in your stomach as quickly as possible. Oh, hey, guy. You have a very hourglass figure for someone of your stature. As you focus on the food, you don't notice the older looking man sit down at the table in front of you. Oh, I didn't notice you. Hello? Can I help you? The strange man adjusted his burning red blazer and cleared his throat. His movements were so odd and stiff, as if he was made of cardboard. I mean, definitely... looks tired, too. I don't know. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. Oh god, is this a real estate agent? The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth, as if he's given this same speech 1,000,000 times. I'm sure he has. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Talo, #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatched a business card from his breast pocket, only for another identical business card to pop up to take its place. Wow. You are, you're a bit unnerving, bud. With your turtleneck and hourglass figure. He offered it out to you, his hand coming uncomfortably close to your face, making you flinch back a bit before taking it from him. Give me a call, and we can get you set up in a new house today. Guaranteed. Okay, bud, thanks. Okay, sure. Okay. I should tell you, I already have an apartment lined up, so I don't think I'm in a place to be buying a whole house. Okay. Don't look at me. That's quite alright. I'm sure you'll be giving me a call. I am the #1 realtor in all of Uncanny Valley, after all. Oh my god, my apartment's gonna be a fucking mess, isn't it? I've never had a disappointed buyer. You'll love the house I've found just for you. I'll be waiting. Well, of course you will. The strange realtor walked away before you could get a chance to argue, his long legs carrying him faster than you expected. He just shrugged and pocketed the business card. No harm in holding on to it in case something happens with the new apartment. You quickly finish up your food and beverage, making sure to leave a nice tip on the table before heading out to the apartment. Okay. You know what, let's... Did it save? Save. Yeah, let's save here quick. As you approach a new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much-needed change in your life. You take a deep breath in, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Ah, here it is. This is so exciting. I've been wanting my own apartment for a while. You go to turn the handle? Huh? The door doesn't budge as you twist the handle. Did you forget to unlock it? Try again. It's locked. The heck? They said the door would be unlocked when I got here. I should give them a call. Yeah, call them. Hello? Uncanny Valley apartment hunters. How may we help you? Hello? I'm supposed to move in today, but my apartment is locked. You can hear paper shuffling on the other side of the line, followed by what you can only describe as the roars of an animal you can't place. What? Ah, yes, you. We had a little issue with your apartment, and it won't be ready until tomorrow. Our apologies. Oh, great. Oh no. What am I gonna do now? What could the issue possibly be? Maybe you could pry more for a better explanation, but you also don't want to be rude. Okay, so let's save here then. Actually, this is a better spot. Let's persist. What do you mean something happened? I don't really have anywhere else to go. You hear the clicking of what sounds like a typewriter for a few moments and a loud, annoyed sigh. We've been having some issues. You wait for an elaboration, but you're met with a long, awkward silence instead. Yeah. What are the issues? More typing and paper tearing? Is that a blender? Your apartment will be ready tomorrow. Do you need anything else? You? You sigh defeated and look around you. There's nothing much to really do in this situation besides look for a hotel. No, that's it. Thank you. Please call me as soon as the apartment is ready. Of course, good day. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building you should have already been in by now. Shoot, now what? You shove your hands in your pockets absent-mindedly and feel the hard piece of paper crunch against your fist. You pull the paper out of your pocket and suddenly remember Mason. Heh, yeah, right. I was lucky to afford this apartment. I can't buy a house right now. Still, wouldn't hurt to call him and see what's available. Let's see. I look for a hotel. So it's probably a better idea to go find a reasonably priced hotel than waste your time with realtors. You find yourself in what seems to be the heart of the city. The many buildings and stores almost feeling as if they're closing in around you. Alright, hotel. Downtown areas usually have hotels, right? Oh hey, it's that guy. Lost? Lonely? You didn't call me, you. Whoa, Mason? Okay, bud. I don't know where you came from. Were you following me? How silly. No, my dear buyer. I am simply that good. #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley, after all. I'm very sure you remember this, right? You clearly need a place to go, and I have the perfect house just waiting for you to be inside it. I don't like the way that sounds. Weird. How do you know my name? He just stared at you, clearly refusing to answer. Listen, I'm just looking for a hotel, you know? Hotel? You make sure to really enunciate the word hotel to him as if he didn't understand. You really wanted to get this seller off your back. A hotel. The tall gentleman seemed to be struggling with processing what you told him. Something was even creepier when he frowned than when he smiled, which was shocking. Oh, my dear poor buyer. You are so confused and lost, I see. He was not listening. Or he's gaslighting me. More than likely gaslighting me. Listen, just come with me. Take a look around this lovely 3-bedroom home with me. If you don't absolutely fall in love with it, I will personally pay for your hotel stay while I search for a house that suits you. Suits your specific needs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You don't like how his last sentence was almost a purr? Oh, God. Open your other eyebrow. It's not how you wink. But if he was being honest about paying for the hotel, what'd you have to lose? You could just humor him for an hour and tell him no when he's done with his little speech. Sigh. Alright, Mason. You wore me down. I'll come look at this house you found for me. Perfect, perfect. I can assure you, you will love this two-garage domicile that is just starving to meet you. You were about to question his choice of words when you were abruptly cut off from the sensation of a long, bony hand wrapping around your forearm, almost dragging you along with him as he headed towards God knows where. Is he gonna feed me to the house? I don't like this. Maybe you made a mistake. Yeah, maybe I did. I felt like you had been walking for an hour in awkward silence, struggling to keep up with this strange realtor's long and fast strides, when he finally stopped abruptly, forcing you to bump roughly into his back. Oh, okay. He didn't budge at all from the force of your weight against his back. You jumped back, trying to hide the red of your cheeks from your embarrassment. Sorry? You looked over at the huge house before you, the for sale sign glaringly obvious at the curb. This is the house? Oh, do you see something you like after all? I'm not surprised. This house is in very good condition. You don't think I can seriously afford this place, right? This place is huge. Quite the flatterer, I see. Excuse me? What? I assure you, the price is very reasonable, and I'm willing to haggle greatly. The seller is simply looking to sell fast. You look back at the house. Something had to be up with this. It was sounding more and more fishy the more this realtor talked it up. Okay, what's the catch then? Catch? Yeah, come on, man. Why is the seller trying to get rid of this beautiful house? Did someone die in it or something? Of course not. His pause worried you greatly, but you were pretty sure you read somewhere that realtors had to disclose that information to you or something, right? Sure. Simply come inside and take a look around. No strings attached. You'll love it when you see the insides. You won't be able to walk away from a deal like this, dear buyer. Oh, okay. Something definitely felt wrong about all this, but you're already here. I don't like how I can't save during the questions. Okay, let's go inside. Alright, let's go check it out then. Don't get your hopes up though, Mr. Tallow? Oh, I have no doubts that you'll be instantly attached when you see it. He roughly grabs your arm again, his sharp fingertips digging in roughly as you follow him up the concrete walkway to the bright red door. How long have you been searching for a buyer for this place? You decide to ask to lighten the mood a little bit. You notice Mason staring intently ahead to the door, his eyes looking almost hungry as he ushers you through the door and into the living room. Oh, this place is pretty nice. You look around at the stand-in furniture and run your fingers along the couch. Oh, it's warm? In fact, the whole place feels really uncomfortably warm and humid. Hey, do you think we could turn on the AC or something? It's a bit hot in here. It's a little hard to focus. Do you absolutely love this house? It's a little early for that. I haven't even seen any of the other rooms. Uh-oh. I don't feel very good. Can I sit down? Oh, by all means. Make yourself comfortable, dear buyer. You stumble ahead. The room's spinning around you. You grab onto the couch to steady yourself and see the walls melting around you. Okay, that's not normal. What the hell? Oh, what's the matter, dear buyer? Are my guts alarming? Please don't fret. I promise I'll be quick enough. My enzymes will be sure to knock you out before the digestion process becomes too unbearable. What? What are you? You try to steady yourself, but Mason grabs you roughly by the throat and throws you down, pressing you hard against the floor. You try in vain to keep yourself propped up, your eyes growing heavier and your nostrils filling with sickly sweet smell engulfing the room. Just relax, dear buyer. You're going to make my value skyrocket. He was pressing his body against you hard, making sure your face was against the floor. It was warm and kind of soft. You started letting your eyes slowly close as tiredness and the sickly smell lulled you asleep. Maybe this wasn't so bad, you thought. You were so tired and just didn't want to fight anymore. You could feel a stinging sensation against your exposed skin, burning you slowly. But you didn't have the energy to fight Mason or the house anymore. Or maybe you'd say Mason the house. You finally let your eyelids drop, breathing in slowly and deep for the last time as the house slowly digested you. You died. Housewarming. Okay, so that's ending number 1. Alright, so this time we'll wander aimlessly. I think it'd be fun to get the lay of the land today. Just a little walk around the area to see what's around it all. After wandering for a good hour, you find yourself at what looks to be a business district. You're shocked to see such tall skyscrapers in such a small city. You find a comfortable bench to rest and drink some water, watching the businessmen scurry past you on the sidewalk. They all look pretty similar to one another. You notice one of them looks more out of place than the others. Instead of the hyper-focused gaze that marks the others' faces, he looks sad? You wonder about him for a moment. Hey! It's Mason. When suddenly a very tall older gentleman stands directly in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. Hello? Can I help you, sir? He stares a moment longer before adjusting his bright red blazer, brushing his hair back, only for half of it to fall right back down into his face. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talks surprised you. His voice was so smooth. So he's given this speech a million times. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Town, #1 realtor in Tucana Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. Quickly snatch a business card from his breast pocket for another identical business card to pop up. Okay, so this is so far the same. Today guaranteed. Yeah. Apartment lighter. They were an apartment. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, no, you're the #1 realtor. Okie dokie. Well, he's gone again. You decide to sit on the bench for a little while longer. You notice that businessman you were contemplating is gone now. You sigh and push yourself off the bench and make your way to your new home. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel the warmth. You feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much needed change in your life. You take a deep breath in, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Ah, here it is. It's so exciting. I've been wanting my own apartment for a while. You go to turn the handle. Huh? The door doesn't budge as you twist the handle. You try again. It's locked. The heck? Okay, so locked door again. Save. 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 Okay. How may we help you? Hello, I'm supposed to be the apartment's locked. Okay. Let's see, I persisted last time. Let's give up this time. Decide, but ultimately decide it's better to just be patient. You don't know what the company might be going through right now. Thank you. Please give me a call when the apartment is ready. Yes, of course. Have a good day. You. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building you should have already been in by now. Shoot, now what? You shove your hands in your pockets absentmindedly. Oh, and then, yeah, the guy's business card. Yeah. Let's see, I'd looked for a hotel last time. Guess let's just call him straight out. I don't see the harm in blowing some time looking at pretty houses I'll never afford. At least it's something to do. I've done that before in the past. I will admit. He's just gonna show up next to me, isn't he? No answer. So much for being the #1 realtor in Uncanny Valley. Yep, and there he is. #1 realtor. Uncanny Valley. Hello. And thank you for your call. Are you ready to see your dream house today? Were you just waiting here for me to call you? How ridiculous. I'm simply the best in the city, always waiting for a prospective buyer's call. I'm always ready to show you to your brand new life. This guy was starting to worry you greatly. But he was already here. It'd be rude to ask him to leave. You know what? Change your mind. Actually, I think I might just go look for a hotel. I'm really sorry to make you come all the way out here. I'm just not interested in buying a whole house yet. He stared at you for several uncomfortable moments, the sickly grin seeming more full of malice than it previously did. Finally, he brought his hands from behind his back, straightened up his coat even more, and adjusting his little house-shaped lapel pin. I'll be waiting for your call, my dear buyer. And with that, he turned and walked away briskly. But relieving to see him finally leave. Now you can finally get back to figuring out what you should do next. Yeah, I guess so. Finally arrived in the heart of the city. Sounds of the city ringing in your ears and enveloping you. You're thankful the Uncanny Valley isn't a huge city, and it has warm, quaint feeling to it. You begin to search the many building signs for a hotel. Finally found one, sticking out like a beautiful white beacon. You rush in quickly and ring the bell for service and check in. You finally find your room, tears filling your eyes upon seeing the big soft bed nestled in the center of the room. You quickly shed your shoes and jump on top of it with your entire body, letting yourself slowly sink into the plush mattress. I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep in my own home, but right now, this is the best feeling I've ever felt. You slowly let yourself drift off, your body feeling as if it's being enveloped by a warm marshmallow. You think about where your life is going and smile to yourself knowing that you made it. You have an apartment waiting. You moved all by yourself and... What? What did I do? And back? What did I click on? Weird. And the gas station approved your application. What? You lived. Checked in. Okay, so that's ending number 2. Let's load from here. Give up. Let's see. It's call Mason. Yeah, blah blah blah. Go with him. Yeah, the house is simply dying to meet me. I know. Leave. Can't you shake the nervous feeling and decide it's better to get out of here? You sure he'll understand? You weren't planning to buy it anyway? Listen, Mr. Taylor, I think I'm gonna have to drop out of the walkthrough. I don't want to lead you on to a sale after all. I'm sure you'll find someone who'll love this place. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I'll hold on to your cards, so I will for sure call you when I'm ready to buy. I appreciate your time. Mason just stares at you for a few moments before walking backwards towards the house, stepping carefully down the concrete path and through the door, his head peeking out for a few moments, to sadly plead to you before disappearing. You could have sworn you heard a low rumbling growl emitting from the house before you left. It felt like hours before you finally made your way back into the city. You were so tired, you had to find a hotel as soon as possible. You jumped at the sound of your phone ringing suddenly in your pocket and quickly answered it, fumbling with the touchscreen. Hello? You? Ah, yes, that's me. How can I help you? Ah, yes, we solved that little issue we were having, so if you'd like to go ahead and go to the apartment, it's all ready for you. Oh my gosh, really? That's great news. Thank you. I'll head right there. We look forward to your business, and remember, Uncanny Valley Apartment Company is dedicated to finding the perfect home for you. Our realtor-free guarantee since 1992. Click. You didn't have time to think about their odd tagline. You were just happy you could finally go home and rest your weary head and lay off your poor sore feet. Oh, who are you? You were just excited to get home. You rushed through the streets of the city. You couldn't wait to just get to sleep. It's been one long day. You live doe-eyed. Interesting. Okay, so that's ending number 3. Let's see if we can find ending number 4. Oh, this one's different now. So I had to go to the cafe and then persist and then go with him, no problem. You shakily stumble over to the couch, your hands helplessly grasping at the warm leather. You gasp surprised as Mason grabs you by your shoulders, guiding you to the middle of the couch and helping you sit down. You try to steady yourself, rubbing your head in an attempt to stop the sickening vertigo. Can we maybe crack a window or something? It's getting really hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know something? That's a terrible shame, dear Baya. You glance up at the room, still wobbling around you, making it more and more difficult to stay upright. What? I was beginning to enjoy your company. It's not often I find such a responsive buyer, and it does become awfully benign simply eating everyone who comes over. Your eyes have difficulty processing the melting walls around you, becoming more and more organic and even meaty in texture, and you start to notice a strange, sickly sweet smell that you haven't noticed a moment ago. Breathing it in makes you even more dizzy, and you slowly slump down on the warm, fleshy-like couch. Eat? Ah, yes. You're new in town. This must be very confusing for you, correct? That's alright. You don't need to talk. I will simply explain the situation. After all, I am Uncanny Valley's #1 realtor, and I have been doing this for a very long time, though it's been decades since I've found someone so receptive, and the other folks here in the valley hate explaining anything. A very lucky chance you met me first. You could feel Mason crawl over you onto the couch, his hands placed carefully next to your head as he leaned in close to speak in your ear. You felt extremely warm to the touch as his skin brushed against yours. You see, dear buyer, being the #1 realtor comes with its responsibilities. I'm not like the other realtors, you see. I take great care in what I do, unlike those who simply want a quick snack. It's become so hard here in the valley to find buyers. The other realtors have taken to simply snatching and running. Quite barbaric, wouldn't you agree? Mason gently cupped your cheeks as he spoke. You were shocked he was being so kind. You could feel him nodding your head for you in agreement to what he was saying. No, my value is much higher. I find only the finest buyers to incorporate into something much greater than themselves. I can't just have any tenants to eat, now can I? I have my standards, and I will not stoop to such low behaviors. You weakly nod your head yourself with his help, not entirely comprehending what he was saying or talking about, his words sounding further and further away as your body grew heavier, and it felt as if you were sinking into the meat of the couch. Ah, I just knew you'd understand. I suppose since we're getting ever so close now, I could drop my own facade. It does get tired controlling this, albeit quite handsome, cumbersome little lure. You watched as Mason's eyes grew dimmer and his body fell limp, still being held up by something, but his limbs no longer retaining their rigidity. Quite impressive, isn't it? With such an attractive lure, it's become quite easy to bring in such tasty prospective buyers the old-fashioned way. I suppose it's just my luck to be so gorgeous naturally. It's clearly no wonder how I became the #1 realtor, right, dearest buyer? You brutally watched as Mason was yanked backwards and up towards the fleshy lamp on the ceiling. You noticed the umbilical cord like rope protruding from his neck as he hung there limply. You wanted to scream, cry, or anything, but your body was totally paralyzed at this point, and all you could feel was the growing burning sensation as something hot slowly seeped through your clothes and onto your skin. I truly wish I could make the digestion process slower than this. I truly do, dearest buyer. I would greatly enjoy some stimulating conversation. Alas, this is how it simply is and always has been. I have not eaten in quite some time. perhaps in another world, another time, we could have spent more time in each other's company. I'm sure you understand that one must eat, though, and I am truly grateful to you, dear Baya. Mason's voice was no longer coming from his limp, lifeless body, but instead sounded as if it was coming from the very walls around you. You could hear him sigh wistfully, and the walls looked as if they were breathing along with it. I will always think of you, long after you've become a part of me. You finally allowed your heavy eyelids to close. As you sunk deeper against the warm couch, you could feel the meaty fabric of the couch moving to cover you up like a soft blanket, almost tucking you in as you let yourself slip into a sleep you'd never wake from again. Okay. You died. Offer accepted. Okay, and that was ending number 4. And this was House Hunted. Cute little story, definitely. Enjoyed the artistry, albeit a bit surreal. Definitely enjoyed the storytelling. I don't know why I had such difficulty finding that last ending, but other than that, I mean, it was definitely it was a fun experience. Would recommend. So, yeah, I guess that's it. And as always, be safe out there.